Somalia in 2002, I found myself as a civil society coordinator for an NGO, humanitarian aid work, in northern Somalia, in Somaliland, in Hargeisa. And part of my job was to go to all these different communities and villages and to check on these projects that we had with them. And we were building a lot of health centres in these villages that had no sort of health infrastructure whatsoever. And so this one day I found myself driving through the desert to a village called Jidhi, which was right on the border with Djibouti, one of the most remote places in the world. And my driver is chewing kat, which is this narcotic leaf. It's like green, and they just chew lots and lots and lots of it, and they get into like a trance. He's driving 140 through the desert, and I come to Jidhi, which apparently hasn't never seen a white man before. And so I'm like the first white guy ever to go there. And it hasn't rained in Jidhi for 3 years. It's a really, really, really inhospitable place to live. And I had the big beard, big ginger beard, big ginger hair. And I get out of this car, and they've never seen a white guy before, and they see me. And 2 minutes, and I'm from Manchester, which is very famous for its rain. And 2 minutes after I get out of the car, clouds appear. Like they've seen nothing but blue skies for 3 years, and clouds start to appear, and they're looking up and they're looking at me, and I'm trying to look at this health post and trying to be professional, and they're just looking at me like, what the fuck is this guy, you know?
Well,
and then
from the UK.
Yeah, and then 2 minutes later it starts raining, and they're running to get their buckets and everything else just to catch as much as they can, because this is precious, precious, precious. And you know, there's a good bit of rainfall. They collect all the water. And as they go to leave, they say, can you please come back next week? Right? So that was part one of the story. 2 years later, I'm living in Jelsa on Hvar. I've moved to Croatia. And I have a real estate business. And this guy called Mark from London, from Wandsworth, who became my best friend, he's come over, he's looking to buy property. We've been talking about email. He comes over. We have a day going around, looking at properties on the island. His girlfriend is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, Rian. She's a barrister. She was half Somali, half Welsh. Her father was an aid worker. And so we're having some beers afterwards, and it's all good. And I said, I've been to Somalia. And she's like, no white man has ever been to Somalia and survived. Like, what's your story? So I started telling all these stories. And then I told the story of the day that, you know, the Manchester rain god went to Jidhi. And she looked at me, her face, she went pale, and she's like, is that true? I said, is what true? She said, did that really happen? I said, what? And she said, like the Manchester rain god that went and brought the rain. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he says, my mother is a warlord in one of the villages, 3 villages down. And we have this like urban myth that one day this guy came in and just brought the rain. Yeah. True story, true story. True story. My most embarrassing story,
Okay.
Oh, it's enough.
Take a drink. Would you like to here?
Breathe.